That's right there where the bucket is.
You're drawing a picture of it? That's awesome.
Right on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's quite good, Banjo. Good job.
Somebody painted me.
Somebody named Banjo, I think.
Mm-hmm. I got some from that fire. And get that sharp one.
This big one?
Mm-hmm.
Careful, there's a nail poking out.
What? Really?
Yeah, just down there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mommy made that dress today, huh? Yep. And the pants. Out of some of my old pants. Yeah, linen. That's so awesome.
Drag it in the weave.
Well, good morning. Laura Jean and I just finished watering the garden. Took us probably about an hour. So we're going to show you real quick something that we discovered about the potatoes that we planted. Our potatoes are coming up rather quickly. It's pretty warm weather. As is everything else. Everything is getting big. It's just really fun when things grow so quickly like this. So if you remember, so this is not all new growth. This, only the leaves are. So we had these, we left the sprouts on, or whatever you call them. The
slips? I don't know.
Slips of your...
Call them slips on sweet potatoes.
Yeah, and these are not sweet potatoes. Some people thought that we were planting sweet potatoes. They are purple, but they're just regular starch potatoes. Yeah, squash. Oh, don't pick it, sweetie.
But these plants are already ready to berm up. That's the typical style of doing a potato, is you add more dirt. Usually...
Like that, huh?
You have to wait forever. So if you look at this one right here, this one was from a seed potato that didn't have any long shoots on it. We're gonna have to wait a really long time before it gets as tall as this one. But we can go around and berm all these. So I feel like we've had a success already, and we didn't really do anything. All we did was forget that they were in our pantry, and they grew. They started growing before they were in the ground, so I think we're ahead of the game.
That's usually the way you buy them in the store in the springtime. It's common practice to plant seed potatoes without any growth on them, without any slips or buds.
I'm just excited because I feel like I want to do this on purpose now. It was not necessarily on purpose this year. It just happened. But I'm, as fast as these are ready to, you know, berm up the soil around them, I want to do that all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like we're months ahead of if we had just planted with no sprouts.
Yeah. So what we've discovered then is that if you let your potatoes sprout, then leaves will come from those sprouts, not just from the potatoes themselves. So you'll be way ahead of the game. Because the sooner the plants get leaves on them, the sooner they can start to collect energy from the sun and make more starch, which is what potatoes are made out of. So here's one that, you know, not much growth is happening on the sprouts. Just a little bit, but they're definitely alive. There's some coming up from the potato tuber itself. It looks kind of like a flower, doesn't it? It's pretty. The leaves.
We gotta cover that part.
Yep, we do. You want to help me? Good job. Hey. Yep, let's cover that.
I already covered.
So we intentionally did not dig trenches between the potatoes like we did over here. Of course, we still need to fill that with wood chips. But the reason we didn't dig those trenches around the potatoes is because we want to use that soil from the trenches to slowly berm up the potatoes as they get bigger and bigger. And as you berm them up, more and more potatoes will actually grow off the sides of what used to be the stem, and which now kind of becomes part of the root system. It's very interesting. So speaking of those wood chips, we've been spreading out this new pile of wood chips. between our rows of tomatoes, and well, it looks like pretty much just tomatoes at the moment. We don't want to put the wood chips between the potatoes because if you bury wood chips in the ground, unless they're already completely composted, they will actually suck nitrogen out of the soil in an effort to break down. So you don't want to actually mix them into the ground, you just use them on top to save water. We had to move the squash a little bit. I accidentally planted different varieties too close to each other. Squash will actually cross-pollinate with each other and give you a different kind of fruit, not just the next season from the seeds, but that very season. So you can accidentally get a squash that's half spaghetti squash and half something else. I don't know, whatever it is. So I've moved all of the spaghetti squash to this area. Well, I was going to show you around the garden, but it's actually getting really hot out here. It's only in the mid-80s, but to us that's really hot compared to what we've had. We've got a lot of fun things planned this week, both on the house and in the garden, and we hope that you'll join us for those. We'll see you later. Bye.
Remember the song? And then I just going for a ride. It was.
That's awesome.
Who pushed me?
Who pushed you?
Oh. This thing.
Oh.
Christopher did?
Uncle Christopher did. Oh, it's hot out here today, isn't it?
And then,
Well, that looks fun.
if kids want to go on a ride.
Yeah.
Because they're always just fly on me and then go right down there. It's fun. And look at that.